that was passed down in the story, but the Nellie that got captured by the Indians, it's the great-grandmother.
Yeah.
It's actually the grandpa's mother, which is the great-grandmother to Juliet and Eleanor.
That's what I mean.
Great-grandma? So we found, you're going to be a little bit confused, but we found out the very last page that Nellie in the story is actually the great-grandmother, but Juliet and Eleanor's grandmother told the story because she's just really good at telling the story and she's heard it many times.
So the grandma who was telling the story,
it wasn't about her, it was about the
her
great-grandma. Yes, yep. So add that to your summary because that's actually a really good, important thing that we found out that's been happening throughout the entire story. So now that you know who now that you know who Nellie is, just add that in. Nellie's actually the great-grandmother. So I see that Grant's adding that. That's a really good strategy. So anyone who doesn't have that, add that to your summary.
Is this supposed to be at 13?
Yep, this is the last summary page.
Wait, this is 13?
This is the 13th summary. It's the last summary.
it turns out.
What is it saying? Oh, I accidentally put 12.
There you go. And then Grant, what was your summary?
Nellie has a family, and now Julie has two pistols under her pillow like a savage. Nellie is the great-grandmother.
Nellie's the great-grandmother. Awesome. Good job. So at this point, since we've been writing summaries for a while, everyone's summaries should be sounding similar to each other. You should be having the main events and then small little important details. Yep.
I usually did it because of mine were twins.
Okay.
So the members of Nellie's real family began coming back to her.
Guys, hold on. Side conversations need to stop completely. Right now, Grant's sharing. We're going to get to you guys, okay? Or not Grant, Dominic. I keep doing that, you guys.
Come back to her. Her and Coin plan to begin their long trip to Fort Niagara. There, Nellie is reunited with her family. Once Coin Planter notices that she is honestly happy with her real family, he lets her live with them. Mr. Littlefield that Coin Planter would come back for Nellie, so the family moved to Fort Dearwood. Grandma Kenzie finishes her story. Eleanor and Juliet go to sleep and think about their family. Turns out Nellie is the
Very good summary. The only thing I would do is condense it a little bit more. So these shouldn't be any more than 6 sentences. No, it's good. You included a lot of detail. In summaries, you want to include the main events and then maybe like 2 little or 3 little small details that help tell the main events. Aisha?
Our summary was just basically. So when he said that Coin planned to let Nellie stay, that was the other reading.
That happened in the very last reading. So that was on page 139. So that was the very beginning of this last summary. Nope, that was on page 138. So that was the very end of last summary. So on page 138, which was the second to the last summary, at the very end, it tells you that Corn Planter let Nellie stay with her real family.
Yeah, and then they moved to
And then page 139, where it says the legacy, where they snap out of the flashback, that's the beginning of this last summary.
Okay.
Yep.
What is agency?
Agency?
I can't find where I found the part.
It's like a committee, almost like a council.
I can't find the part.
All right, so Rodney, what was your summary?
Okay, I said, as Grandma Kenzie wraps up the story, she explains how they are related to her differently. Nellie's daughter marries Grandpa Kenzie's father. Also, Juliet will become the founder of Girl Scouts, and always become
Grant, out of there.
She even sleeps with 2 pistols under her pillow.
Okay.
How did she become the founder of Girl Scouts?
Maybe she was.
She just.
They talked about it briefly.
They didn't really say how. She loves nature. Girl Scouts is about nature, about how.
And then we'll come back to you, Avery, once you have that done. And then Katrina, what was your summary? job.
So Nellie died.
Nellie didn't die.
Wait.
No one died in the story.
Wait,
That's
wait,
corn
is
planter
Nellie
Nellie
still
Well-
alive?
How did
She just
No, the only person that died was the British husband. But
And
then
corn planter.
Nellie
I'm pretty sure Nellie's dead now. At the last
now, but in the story no. Yeah.
At the last page,
No, but during this
on the last
story-
page it says, corn planter died in Warren County, Pennsylvania in 18.
Yes, that's the epilogue. Yeah.
When, like,
The epilogue is like a little flashback, or it tells you information about the
It's
characters.
a section or speech at the end of a book or play that serves a comment on the conclusion to what has happened.
There you go.
when Mama Mackenzie was telling the story, was Nellie still alive, but like really old? Or did she die?
She was? She was still alive.
No, Nellie was the great grandmother.
I know, but was she still alive?
No, she was old. She lived her life, so she wasn't alive anymore. But Nellie was passed down. That name was passed down. So when you're saying Nellie, that's
So
also
many
the
Nellies, like,
daughters.
what the heck?
All right, and then I need Angela's summary.
I never heard anything called
After the story was over, the grandma told Nellie that it was a real Nellie in the story was actually the victim born.
Angela, did you just die?
so horrible.
Angela, did you
All right, and then Sebastian. Yeah.
Can you touch poisonous things? No.
Okay, guys, Sebastian's sitting right next to me, and I can't hear his summary.
I didn't.
So I need everyone. Thank you.
My grandma ends the story and tells the life story of Nellie and what happened after. Now sleeps with two pistols under her bed, and he is their drinking.
Yeah. Good job. All right.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Why does Nellie, wait, no, not Nellie, Eleanor now sleep with two pistols under her
My friend sleeps with like a bat under her
For
bed.
protection.
Pistols aren't for tonight.
My friend sleeps like with a bat on my
All right, and then vocab words. So, Aisha, what were your vocab words?
Okay, my first vocab word was legacy. Something you hand down from the past. Imagine like a picture of a story.
Okay.
And then my other word was epilogue. Shares. What I did.
All right, a lot of you guys were wondering what epilogue means, so it's a good time to probably listen to her definition. What was epilogue?
A section or speech at the end of a book or a play that serves a comment or a conclusion to what has happened.
Okay.
And I drew a picture of the book and it says the end and then it has
Awesome. And then Grant?
I did an ally, friends or family, or someone who takes care of you, and then what is that? What's the definition of alibi?
What page number is that?
I don't know. That's
Excavation, I think, probably.
To leave and go somewhere else because it is too dangerous. There's a man saying, running. This is life. And for the friends and family,
Okay.
I can't find where I found your partner. I can't find any of them.
Exactly.
We never mind, I found a partner. Good job. Like, you're gonna have to reread the story.
All right, and then Dominic, what was yours?
My definition. I have legacy, something handed down, and then there's a book. And then it says agency, a council, and I have a person.
Okay.
So just did this now.
And then,
Me.
yep, what was yours?
Nudge, a slight push, and someone slight pushing someone. Spellbound, having attention or intimacy. The guy staring at a chocolate cake. Why? Because he likes chocolate cake.
I don't see where he's staring at a chocolate.
Chocolate cake.
Then, Avery. No, you weren't here, so we gotta get yours later.
Yeah, I need to color mine. It's always have hands on everything. I don't know why.
Huh? And then Katrina, what was yours?
What? Oh, 4. That's a fact. People don't say a bad word. What? I know a lot of them. I'm gonna give you guys a few pointer tips on how to start your main project for your summaries. You should give us answers on how many clients, because that's something that we.
Well, I'm trying, but so who didn't share their vocab?
Me.
Katrina starting, and then you.
And Sebastian. I didn't spell that.
Guys, no more talking. I can't hear Katrina right now, and she's trying to share. So, like, no more. None. If you are, you're going to go back to your seat. Katrina? Yes. Okay. Okay. And then Angela? Okay. It's not only an old story, but legacies tend to be passed down through family, so just make sure you add that part.
Wait.
Yeah?
Aren't there 2 definitions for legacy?
No, I mean, it just depends how you use it, but a legacy is just a legacy. It could be a person, it could be an item, it could be a story.
It could be a person.
But it's just something important that's passed down, generally through family. And then what was your second vocab word? Okay. Yep. So dogs can get them, humans can get them, yeah. That's just really good. No, it's just a little like bug that like bites on your skin, but like if you can go to the doctor and get that killed out. All right, and then so then Sebastian's gonna share, and then I'm gonna give you guys some pointers on your new project, and then we'll head off.
I put legacy I got a different definition than I thought. It's
Okay.
as money left to a person by will.
It can be, but not necessarily that.
Yeah,
That's too specific. A legacy, it can be that. That's an I would say that's an example, but that's not a definition.
that's what I got.
Okay.
And I just wrote someone I was working.
Okay. And then what was the second word?
Or agreement that ends and arrangement or dispute, and I put
Okay. All right. So for your summary, I'm actually. All right. So she explained it. You guys have 13 days, and you have to combine them into 8.
We have 13 days. No, we
You
don't.
have 13 summaries. We've read the book in 13 days. All right, I'm gonna explain this. We're gonna quickly go back to the seat and start working on it. So let me get through this part, okay, guys? All right, so everyone's eyes and ears up here, mouths closed. Thank you. So obviously you're gonna put your name, title page, and everything like that. But you've got 8 boxes that you have to combine 13 into. This is the part where you really want to ask yourself, what is the main thing that happened? Little details can be put to the side, add them later on. So what I would do is combine 2 days together. So I would do day 1 and 2.
But then there would
3
be 3 that were just by themselves.
Well, I would do 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But then after we finished the story, what did we find out who Nellie actually was?
Oh, Nellie was the great grandma.
And then in the epilogue, we found out a little bit more history and facts of what happened to the characters. So I would actually...
What's
epilogue? Epilogue was what it's at the very end of the story. It's a statement on all the characters and what happened. So the author of this story kind of cut the story